Alright guys, we've got the all clear here. We're going to go ahead and get rolling. As always, stay to the right of this blend line entering the racetrack. Double check the driver's side mirror, make sure nobody's coming up the straightaway. And we're going to start working with the shift points. Now, Warren, you got that manual transmission. Brad and Bill, you guys are in those autos. The gear selection is a little bit different. The autos should be in 4th gear right now. And Warren, you should be in 3rd gear in that manual. Go over the shift points with you guys here on this lap. You know, that manual does have a short shift coming out of turn 2 coming up here in a moment. You want to make sure you time it so that you get just out of the corner and then make that upshift. So take a look at where I'm at here, Warren. Your 3rd to 4th upshift is going to happen where my car is right now. So right where you are right now, make that upshift to 4th. And then in the braking zone here, get back down to 3rd gear. And then Brad, Bill, you guys are staying in 4th gear until we get up to 5B. The same thing, Warren, you can leave it in 3rd for a little while now. So we're getting warmed up here. We're getting some heat in the tires, checking the surface conditions, double checking those apexes, making sure we can see in front of the car that's in front of us. Through the bend, around the corner, connect the dots, just give it that steering input to be able to get to that apex. And this first apex cone on the right here, we want to be just touching the rumble strip. And then when we get on the brakes for 5B coming up here, Brad and Bill, that's where you guys are going to be doing your downshift to 3rd. And it's going to be a pretty quick upshift to 4th. And then Warren, you're going to upshift to 4th right about where my car is, before the kink here right now. Make sure you get into 4th. So we're all in 4th gear on approach and through turn 6. We're going to be in 4th gear. We do a downshift in the braking zone for turn 7. And then the autos, you guys are going to be hitting 5th gear on this back straightaway. Warren, you're just going to be getting back up to 4th gear. We're going to be getting the downshift to 4th as we're entering turn 8. And then Warren, you're not going to do your downshift to 3rd until this braking zone right in here. So you'll downshift to 3rd gear here, Warren. Brad and Bill, you guys can click it down to 3rd gear also in that braking zone for turn 9. And then Warren, just stay in 3rd gear. Brad, Bill, on the main straight, or the front straight, I should say here, you guys are going to be upshifting to 4th gear and then staying in 4th gear again until you guys get to 5B. Alright, now we're going to start working with a little momentum. We're getting some heat in the tires. The track is looking pretty good. You can stay a little closer to me if you feel like, Warren. You're getting close to those apexes. Half a foot to go and you'll be on that rumble strip. Turn that wheel. Keep it going. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Alright. Smooth transition. Over to the left. Now look to my right. Find that apex cone before we get there. Wait till the dip here. So we want to wait to brake until we feel that suspension compress there at the chicane, and then continue that steering input all the way through to the apex. We've got just a little more steering input to go ahead of time there, Warren, and you'll hit those apexes. Just learn where your tires are touching. You should feel the rumble strip at the big orange cone with the green collar on it. Over to my right, there's a nice straightaway coming up, Warren. Look for it out in the distance here. Now, I don't know, it kind of looks like you're deliberately leaving a big gap between us here, Warren, and I'm not allowed to go any quicker, so if you're trying to leave a big gap and wondering why I'm going so cautiously, it's just because of how far back you are. So you're allowed to get a lot closer to me. If you feel like opening it up on the straightaways, we're allowed to do that. We just got to be able to see those straightaways. Trust the car, give it that steering input, keep looking to the right. Now ready, get the downshift, look left. And then straddle this curbing here at 10. So Warren, if you're in third gear right now, and it feels like the car just doesn't have any grip, test it out mid-corner. Just turn the wheel a little more. You're going to see you got a lot of grip left, and we need some weight on those rear tires too. Turn the wheel. Turn the wheel, Warren. Look to the left here. Turn that wheel. There you go. Now keep looking up. Now carry the brakes going in. Be real smooth with the footwork, and keep that wheel turning. You don't want to give up on those steering inputs. You want to keep that motion going all the way till you hit that apex. Nice and tight on the left. Keep looking towards the top of the hill, over to the left to that turn in. Yeah, Warren, when I touch the brakes and you see my taillights light up, I'm not slamming on that brake pedal. It's just real light brake pressure, just enough to get the car settled for the corner. And then this kink right here, guys, you never want to lift for the kink. Always stay steady on the throttle through that little bend there to keep the weight on those rear tires. All right, tight right coming up. Try and see your way up that straightaway to the right there. And then we're going to make a driver switch here over to the right side for me, Warren. Okay, also, Warren, when you get back over, the guy on the sideline was saying you did your downshift a little late there. The moment you touch the brakes to slow for the corner, you want to have that downshift started and completed with the clutch out before you actually turn into any of the corners. So this one too, get the clutch out before you turn left coming into this corner. Now, Brad, over to my right. There's the Michelin Man waving at us. Let's look up. We can see him out in the distance there. We can see turn one. Now, my taillights are lit up, but I'm actually releasing brake pressure as I'm getting in here. So what's happening, guys, is I think you're coming through this corner and the G-forces are loading up, and you're thinking, man, my pickup truck doesn't handle like this. This car's going to flip over. Just follow the car that's in front of you. If you're a couple car lengths off of me, just work on staying a couple car lengths off of me and following my groove. Okay, trust me, I'm not going to pull you through the corners too fast. I'm just going to get you into a decent rhythm, you know? Give it that steering input. Stay smooth with it. You got another foot to go on that apex. And it becomes more work. When we're missing those apexes and running wide, we're driving on a longer racetrack. So you can take a shortcut and end up getting there a little quicker. Just give it that wheel. There you go. Nice apex here, Brad. Set up on the left. Now look at that first cone up on the right. Now you got more space on the right side there. You can get a little tighter. It's a skinny car on the racetrack. There you go. See, you're just barely feeling the edge of it. Okay, stay with me here. I know they killed our speed here, Brad. Brush of the brakes, and again, look for turn one over to my right. Yeah, you gotta get off those brakes. What's what's happening is you're staying on the brakes so heavy that rear end feels like it's loose, and you're thinking there's no grip. You got to ease off those brakes and make that transition, get that, that maintenance throttle going through the corner. Good. Now look at my left front tire here, Brad. I'm just going to keep turning that wheel. And then look at all the straightaway in front of me. There you go. See that apex to my right? Get it settled in a straight line. Start to ease off the brakes as you're turning. Inside, get there. You got just a little more space. Number one goal is to get those tires on that apex curbing. Then you know where your tires are touching, you're in control. You got 2 more foot on the inside there. Give it a little extra wheel. Side edge on the left. Now make sure you get that downshift in a straight line here, looking to the right. And then keep the eyes up towards the end of the straight. Good. Stay with me now. I'm easing off the brakes. Trust the car here. Keep looking to the right. Now look left. Oh, follow me. Ooh, run a little wide there. Now, the eyes may have just dropped down, and again, the hands are going to follow the eyes. Keep going. All right, keep looking in front of me here, Brad. You spook the guys on the sideline a little bit, too. When you get on the brakes, make the initial hit a little heavier, because if you ease into the brake, you're going to be adding brake pressure right at the turn-in point, and that's what's going to get the car a little loose. So make sure that you're just doing that brake pressure a little more firm on the initial hit, so that way you can ease off the brakes. Now, again, the firm brake pressure that I'm using, it might only be 20%. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to give it a little more brake pressure as I turn the wheel. I want to be easing off of the brakes at that point. Side edge. Now over to the right. We got to try and see through 7. Now give it enough wheel that we can touch the tires on that rumble strip. And then we're going to make the switch here, Brad, over to the right side for me. And then you're going to have 2 cars coming by you there. Bill, I know, don't worry, we're going to get on here in just a second, Bill. Make sure we're all gathered up first. That accordion effect always happens. You know, there's always a little bit of a gap that happens sometimes. Yeah, so also, Warren, make sure you do that downshift sooner. You want to do it in a straight line before you turn into the corner. You want to have that clutch out. All right, as soon as he's by you there, yeah, jump back in line there, Brad. Okay, Bill, continue on. All right, over to the left. Tight. Brush the brakes, look to the right, straddle the curb here at 10. Start to ease off those brakes. Good, be real smooth with it. Look at the little straight shot here now. Let's clip this apex. It's important. Good. Keep looking left. You got it. You're already in here. Start working your way in. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Okay, now we missed that apex at 2. Let's hit turn 3's apex here on the right. Get in there nice and tight. You're still not feeling that rumble strip. In a way, it's a good thing. You got a little extra track to work with, so you don't have to be afraid of dropping that wheel. Let's get in there nice and tight. Turn it. There you go. Yeah, get used to that little extra steering input about 20 foot before the apex. Over to the right. First cone up there on the top of the hill. Let's get right next to it. And same thing here for 5B, a little extra steering input. There you go. You're hitting that apex. Over to the left. We can see that next apex. Let's get there. So you just got to turn in a little sooner. If you get caught staring at the turn-in cone, then you're going to end up with just a little bit of a late turn-in. Get that downshift to fourth gear. Get ready, light. Get a little heavier as we straighten out. Look left. The guy on the side said you downshifted on the exit of the corner. And you got to give just a little more space there too, Brad. You don't want to be running into anybody. Look at the gap here to my left, Bill. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn the wheel, turn the wheel, turn the wheel. You're getting close to that apex curving. You got a little room left. Now let's get right on top of it here. Right side tires, get them to touch that rumble strip. And we do have a little traffic up there. You can see it coming. So be prepared. This is going to let us cool our tires and be more precise. Turn that wheel. Alright, we got to pull over to the right side here, Bill. We're just going to get a little bit of space. Alright guys, we're going to be getting one final lap in. On the final lap, we're going to go to medium pace. Alright, everybody over to the left. What I want you guys to work on this one is that precise line. Just follow that car in front of you. So, Bill, you follow me first. Dial it in. Try and touch your right side tires where I'm touching mine. Left side is where I'm touching on that rumble strip. That's what you got to look for. And if you look up the side of my car, you can see it coming. Now look up the left side of my car. See this next apex here. Right side of my car. Get that tire almost touching that cone. You got to turn the wheel a little more ahead of time. You'll get it dialed in. We're going to finish up one last lap here. Like I said, guys, work on precision and perfection. Stay as focused as ever on the cool down lap. This arc that we're taking through turn 2, when we move out mid-track, you're not hanging out here for too long. Bringing it right back down to the inside edge. Take up more of that apex, Bill. If you give up too much track, I'm telling you, you're going to be making the car do a lot of extra work with that extra tight steering input. The back half of the corner where it bites you. If you do the work on the first half of the corner, the back half of the corner opens up. But if you run wide of that apex, it seems like the back half of the corner is a lot tighter than it needs to be. Alright guys, we're going to be putting the turn signals on here on the back straight. Alright guys, use caution going through the paddock park.